What up, YouTube? I'm back with another episode review of Black Clover. It was a pretty good episode. It was a lot better than I thought it would be because of how last week's episode ended, but it was still pretty good. It was a slower episode, but we got a lot of information, so I liked it a lot. But anyway, man, the first thing that I want to talk about is Asta and Goshe, because we saw how at the beginning of the episode, Asta was getting healed up by that doctor that I don't remember his name, but we all know that his magic is basically healing magic, and then he checked up on Goshe because he was healed up by Gray a few episodes ago, so he checked up on Goshe and he saw that the way that he was healed is different than what he's doing. It seems like Gray is using some tissue rebuild magic or something like that. It's a lot different and it seems like it's a lot more effective, so I thought that was really interesting. I'm wondering when we'll learn about what Gray's magic really is, so I can't wait for that. In a later scene, while Asta was resting and woke up, he, opened his grimoire and Yami's sword was in it, so I thought it was really interesting because it's the sword that he used to defeat Dante, and I'm wondering if he can, basically transform any kind of weapon into an anti-magic weapon, because right now it's in his grimoire and it seems like it's a spell in his grimoire. So I'm really wondering if he can do that with any kind of weapons, because if he can, it would be awesome. Maybe it's only because he borrowed the power of his demons and the right arm did that, or maybe he just can't do that. I'm really interested in Asta's power and the demon power inside of him, because it seems like there's a lot of untapped ability that he hasn't used yet. Now, obviously, Asta was pretty mad at himself because Yami got captured, so he tried to get away and go to the Spade Kingdom to take on, the Dark Triad, but obviously that's pretty stupid that he's done that he tried to do that, because we all know he isn't strong enough to take all of them on. We saw how he struggled against one of them. Imagine three of them, that was kind of stupid from him, but he was stopped by someone which, at the time reminded me a lot of some demon powers that he was using, and it was actually demon power. The one that stopped Asta is the vice captain of the Black Bulls. His name is Nasht. I'm not really sure how to pronounce his name, so let me know in the comments down below, but I feel kind of stupid, of never thinking that the Black Bulls have a vice captain. I should have thought about it. I was pretty naive that I didn't think that Yami would have chosen or selected a vice captain, but they actually have a vice captain, which is interesting because, like I said, I've never thought about it for a reason. But yeah, man, it was pretty cool to learn that the Black Bulls have a vice captain. We also learned that the vice captain of the Black Bulls is a demon-possessed person like Asta, like the Dark Triad members, which is pretty cool. We don't really know enough about him right now, how he got possessed and everything like that, so I'm guessing that we'll learn more about that, later in this arc. I'm not sure when it's gonna come back in the anime, but I'm probably gonna read it in the manga. But it was really interesting to learn that the vice captain of the Black Bulls is a demon possessed person just like Asta. That's pretty cool. It seems like the demon that he has is named Guy Modelo or something like that. He's a lot different than the demons that we've seen so far between Dante, Vanica, Zenon and Asta. He's smaller. It's not his real form, I'm guessing, but he still looks a little bit different, which is interesting. Most of what we learned in this week's episode was during the captain meeting, and I thought it was really cool because we saw how is basically the interim captain of the Golden Knights right now, because he's the vice captain, so he's replacing William, which is crazy. His status, he went from a peasant to the captain of the Golden Knights in 169 episode, which is kind of crazy, but like I said, yeah, I'm glad that that's happening with even though it's in unfortunate circumstances, but it's still pretty cool to see. One of the things that we actually learned about the vice captain of the Black Bulls is that it seems like he can control more than one demon. It seems like he had 4 devils behind all of the Magic Knight captain, which is interesting. We still don't know anything about him really. The only thing that we know is that he's a demon possessed person and he was undercover in the Spade Kingdom. That's everything that we know about him, which is is interesting. Like I said, we saw a kind of flashback shot of him and Yami when they were part of Julius's team, I guess, in the past, but he seems a lot different now than he did in the past. So hopefully we'll learn a lot more about the vice captain of the Black Bulls, Natched. Anyhow, we already know the reason why Natch knows all this information is because he was spying on the Spade Kingdom, and some of the things that we already knew, like Yami and William being captured to open the gates of hell. We already knew that. We already know why. It's because Yami has dark magic and William has world tree magic, so that was already known. But then Natch told us that it's going to take 7 days for the advent of Clifford to open the gates of hell. Basically, there's 7 levels and seven gates and 10 devils scattered throughout all of them. So it's really, really interesting, and it seems like the deeper you get, the stronger the devils, so the deeper level you get, the stronger the devils, and the one on top are basically as strong as the Dark Triad. So all of that was really interesting. I really like that we got all of that information because we didn't really know a lot about this kind of event. We don't even know why the Dark Triad wants to do that. It seems like it's just because they're really evil, which is okay, I guess. For a villain, I really like in-depth villain, but I can go with that, I guess. But yeah, man, it was really cool to get all of that information in this week's episode because we really didn't know what the hell was going on. The last thing that I want to say about this Gates of Hell thing is that I think that's information that we already know, but Lucifero, the devil of all devils, the strongest of devils, if he gets out of the underworld, it's the end of the world, so I think that we already knew. It was information that we got a few episodes ago, but it was still good, to reiterate this kind of information. But yeah, man, all this information was cool. Obviously, we got some information that we already knew, like Dante is using gravity magic and body magic, Vanica is using curse warding magic and blood magic, and then Xenon is using spatial magic and bone magic, so these are the things that we learned during the fights that we got the last few episodes. But then in this week's episode, it's something that they reiterated so that we could basically be sure of what their magic was, but all of that was pretty cool. Like I said, I really liked that part of the episode, but I still think that my favorite part of the episode was the end of it, where we saw Noel. And the reason for that is 2 reasons. One is the first time I think really that we've seen Noel in casual clothes, so that was pretty cool to see. It's something that we haven't seen before, and like I said, she's one of my favorite characters, so every time she's on the screen I'm gonna like it. And then when she woke up to elves, the elves that we've seen in the previous arc. I don't remember their names, so my bad, let me know in the comments down below, but it's pretty cool. They were pretty cool characters, and now it seems that they're back during an arc where there's devils, so we know how elves were, stronger with magic than humans, and now there's demons in this arc and everything like that. So I just can't wait to see how the hell are they there, because I think they disappeared at the end of the last arc. So I have so many questions, man, but let me know what you thought about this week's video in the comments down below. Let me know what you think is gonna happen next. I do Black Clover reviews every Tuesday, so subscribe for that, but I also do other anime related things like Attack on Titan the final season reviews on Sundays, Boruto Naruto New Generation reviews on Sunday mornings. I usually do Jujutsu Kaisen reviews, but haven't done one in 3 weeks, and there's only 2 episodes left, so it's coming back this Friday. Obviously One Piece was on a break last week, but I haven't done one in 4 weeks, so it's gonna come back at some point, but stay tuned for all of that. There wasn't an Attack on Titan the final season review because there was a break from it, because I think there was an earthquake in Japan, so pray series to them. It's coming back next week in a double episode, you know, so that's gonna be insane. All the information that we're going to get. Obviously, I could have watched the episode in pirated side, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait for it for the official release, you know, next Sunday. And there's Boku no Hero Academia coming in like a week or two, you know, so stay tuned, man. Like, comment, subscribe, it would help my channel a lot, and follow me at Anime Specialist on Twitter and Instagram, man. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Anime Specialist out. Peace.